Welcome to Our Candy Rose for those who stay. In loving memory of Candace Rose Olson from 2007 to 2025, for those who stay, we remember. Candace, your life will never be in vain. Everything we do will be in your name. I woke up this morning and just kind of felt heavy. So I want to start this episode by saying something very plainly. If you're listening right now and you've been having intrusive thoughts, if you've noticed yourself blaming others, replaying hard situations, feeling angry or resentful, I'm really glad you're here with us today. This is very human and so relatable, especially given everything we've carried. Intrusive thoughts mixed with anger or blame do not mean that you are hateful. They do not mean that you are bitter. They mean your nervous system is overwhelmed and trying to protect you. So before we analyze anything, before we judge ourselves, let's slow this down gently. Here's what's important to understand. Intrusive thoughts and blame cycles often show up when you're emotionally exhausted, when grief or trauma has been stirred up, sometimes quietly, when your brain is scanning for control or cause to make sense of pain. Your mind starts grabbing onto other people's actions because anger feels more active than helplessness, because blaming feels safer than feeling hurt again, because intrusive thoughts hijack attention when your nervous system is dysregulated. None of this means you believe these thoughts. That part does matter. They are mental noise, not truth. And when the thoughts start hopping from one situation to another, and on down that rabbit hole, that hopping doesn't mean that you're choosing it. It means your system is in threat mode. When we've lived through loss, especially life-altering loss, the brain learns one rule: stay alert. Never let this happen again. So it scans, it replays, it reviews. Not because you're negative, but because your body learned vigilance once mattered. So here's a grounding truth I want you to hear slowly. A thought showing up does not mean it deserves a seat at the table. Again, a thought showing up does not mean it deserves a seat at the table. Intrusive thoughts are uninvited guests. They are not reflections of your values. They are not instructions. They are not who you are. You do not have to agree with every thought just because it's loud. I want to offer some tools here, not homework, not a checklist, just some options. You don't need to do all of these. One is just enough. When an intrusive thought shows up quietly or out loud, say this. This is an intrusive thought, not a decision. That's it. This is an intrusive thought, not a decision. You're not arguing with it. This is an intrusive thought, not a decision. You're not trying to make it go away. This is an intrusive thought, not a decision. You're naming the pattern. Research shows that naming a mental loop actually reduces its intensity. You're creating space between you and the thought. Here's another one. If the thought sounds like, they should have done this, they should have said that, why did they do it this way? Try shifting it to, something about this crossed the boundary for me. Same situation, very different direction. Blame keeps your nervous system activated. Boundaries bring the energy back into self-protection. It's not about proving someone else is wrong. It's about understanding what did not feel safe for you in that moment. Here's number 3. We'll do a little 90-second nervous system reset. If your body feels tight, buzzy, or flooded, try this. Put one hand on your chest, and I'm cheating with my notes here, and put one hand on your belly. Inhale through your nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale through your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now do this for 5 slow breaths. Strong emotions chemically peak and pass in about 60 to 90 seconds. If we don't keep feeding them with thought loops, you're not calming your mind, you're calming your body, and the mind follows. Number 4, a little writing exercise. If you have the capacity, dump the angry, blaming, unkind thoughts onto paper. Do not clean them up. Do not reread them. Immediately rip it up or delete it. This gives your brain the release it's asking for without reinforcing the loop. You're letting the energy move, not stick. There's something else that matters deeply here. Anger after loss or trauma is often grief trying to defend what mattered, is often love with nowhere to land, is often a protest against unfairness. Your anger does not make you bad. It means something precious was violated or taken. And if you also notice regret for staying quiet, regret for handling something with grace, please hear this as well. What you're regretting now was self-protection then. At the time, your nervous system chose the safest option it had. Not the loudest, not the most satisfying in hindsight, the safest. The regret shows up now because you're stronger. That doesn't mean that you failed, it means that you've grown. Again, if today is one of those days where the thoughts just won't stop, that's information. It's a sign to lower expectations of yourself today, to avoid emotionally charged conversations today, to prioritize soothing over solving. Ultimately, this is a weather day for me, not a life decision day. So we don't need clarity today. We need safety. I want to leave you with one gentle question. Only sit with it if it feels okay. Is the anger pointing more towards feeling dismissed or unseen? More towards feeling powerless or unable to protect something important? You don't have to answer it now. Just noticing may soften the grip a little bit. If this episode made you feel seen, that's not an accident. Nothing about this means that you're broken. It means that you're human. It means you loved deeply. It means something mattered. Grace doesn't mean silence forever. It means choosing the moment your voice can land safely. And you're allowed to be learning that now with me. We are allowed to be learning that right now together. For those who stay, we remember, be gentle with yourselves. Your nervous system has carried so much. Candace, your name will never be in vain. Everything I do will be in your name. I love you.